So today I'm going to continue with part 10 of how to use the science of mind. And I'm going to talk about the time element in treatment. Well, let's start off where we start off every part of the series with a statement. There is a creative power that is everywhere present. It is always responding to the nature of our thoughts, and we can consciously choose how we use it. So we're acknowledging there's a creative power. We're acknowledging that this creative power is everywhere. It's all powerful. It's all knowing. It's always been, always will be. It's right where we are. It is the nature of life, and that our thought patterns are received by this power of creation. And that power of creation creates exactly the mental image that we put into it, because the mental image that we have is our choice. It's like this week I came up with this whole thing that you cannot separate mental and physical clutter. If you have physical clutter in your life, chances are you have mental clutter in your life. And when there's clutter, what does that cause? It causes blockage. If you've got physical clutter, you can't move as freely. You've got too much clutter going on. If you've got mental clutter, guess what? You can't think clearly. There's too many things going on in your mind. If you're holding on to too much of the past, you're stuck. Clutter makes you stuck. And that's the beauty of what we're talking about today. We're talking about the time element in demonstrating. You see, as a spiritual practitioner, we are always functioning in the present. In the present moment. That's who it is. The practitioner is always functioning in the present because truth is immediate. Truth is not in the future. Truth exists in the now. So every time we do a spiritual mind treatment, every treatment must incorporate a consciousness of completion, of perfection, of fulfillment here and now. So if I'm treating for myself, I declare that I am abundant. In this very moment, abundance is flowing in, through, and as me. I am living an abundant life in this very moment. All that I need is made known right here, right now. I am not putting anything off into the future. As a practitioner of the science of mind, I understand that when I'm doing spiritual mind treatment, I am treating it as if it is already done now, because in spirit, there is no time. It's only in the human mind that we buy into what is the illusion of time. In the divine, it is the eternal here and now. If our consciousness only functions in a future, it automatically delays any right action. In other words, if you're always thinking about when this happens or when I get there, you're actually delaying the result, the demonstration in your life. Because you're telling the law what? It's in the future. And the law says, okay, let's leave it in the future. That's why we declare it now. When a practitioner treats someone other than themselves, the result of their knowing produces a corresponding result in the other person's consciousness. This is really important to understand, that as you move up in the level of awareness and you start doing treatment, spiritual mind treatment for others, what you understand is there is only one mind. That mind is God's mind. That mind is perfect. That mind is my mind. That mind is everyone else's mind right now, always. So when I'm treating for Stephen, I know within my mind the truth that Stephen is a healthy, vibrant, young male man experiencing life to the fullest. And if I know that in my mind, it is known in the infinite mind. And if it is known in the infinite mind, it is known in Stephen's mind at the very same time, because Stephen's mind is part of the infinite mind. And what is known in one part of the infinite mind is known in all parts of the infinite mind. And that is why spiritual mind treatment or prayer works. The only way it won't work is if the person I am treating for is denying the possibility of that experience. But if that person is open to the experience will demonstrate. A practitioner couples knowing with acting. The two cannot be separated. You see, you cannot know something and act in non-alignment. When you know something, you act in alignment. If you know that lifting greater weight makes you stronger, when you're acting, you're in the gym or wherever, and you're lifting greater weight. You cannot separate the two. And here's the thing. Let's talk about this idea of weightlifting, because it's real important. And we're talking about the time involved in demonstrating. And we in human form, we want a demonstration right here, right now, immediate. I'm going to give you an idea of how this works using a real concrete physical example of my life. 2 years ago in August, not quite 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago in August, I joined a gym. And this gym is owned by one of our community members. And this gym has special machines. And these machines don't have weights, but they have motors. And these motors are controlled by computers. And so whatever exercise you're doing, the computer is measuring your strength. It is recording it, and it doesn't lie. So there are 4 primary exercises that I did. A chest press, a shoulder press, a back pull down, and a back row. Those 4 exercises. In 2019, I did it, and when I came in, I had been exercising in a gym. I was strong, I was fit, and I did the best I could. And the idea is every week that you go in, you do the best you could. You can, the best you can. You always do your best. Put full energy, and the machine measures it. So realize, in the last 2 years, I didn't have a smooth going. I broke my wrist. I had to have surgery on my wrist. I couldn't lift for over 3 months. Then I got back into it. What happened then? I broke my hip. I had surgery 2 different times. I lost months and months. But I'm back now, and I'm lifting. And what we did is, we did a measurement. I did a full, all-out workout, all 4 exercises. After I finished, we looked at what was my max today and what was my max 2 years ago. On the chest press, I had an 80-some% increase in what my strength level was. On the military press, the shoulder press, over 100%. On the low pulley roll, 108%. On the lat pull down, 88%. We forget that if we are persistent and consistent at something, we will get better and better at it. But we look at things with too much of a narrow vision, a narrow sight. People start meditating, and 3 times they say, oh, I'm not going deep enough. No, you meditate every day, every day, every day. You see, if activity does not follow the thought, the knowing, the practitioner will have to know that their work is not being done correctly, and they must continue to treat until a demonstration is experienced. Because treatment, this is what I've come to understand. Treatment is not just verbally saying the words. It's not just feeling it. Treatment is knowing the words, saying the words, feeling the words, embodying the words, and following it with like emotions and actions. You can't separate them. And you see, a practitioner, whether they're treating for themselves or they're treating for others, will continue to treat until a complete knowing and a demonstration has taken place. A practitioner never stops the treatment until they know and see the demonstration. And theoretically, there's no reason why the first treatment should not meet any situation, provided there's a complete realization. Because realization, demonstration, equals accomplishment. Here's the key. There is only one treatment given. However, it may last 10 minutes or it may last 10 months. It depends how quickly we accept it, how quickly we change our belief structure. It is when a treatment is complete that the demonstration is made. So if you say treatment doesn't work, it simply means you've not treated enough. You've not embodied it enough. You've not really built the belief that's aligned with the demonstration you're seeking. There is more work to do. And you and I, as practitioners, must train ourselves to come to complete conviction about every treatment we do. And when we get to that conviction, we forget it because we're living as if it is already done. We let go. And when we let go, we're telling the universal law that we know it is done. In other words, if you're worrying about something, you've not let go. You've got to go back to doing more treatment. If you're worrying about your health, you need to go treat some more. It's when you stop worrying about health that the body is able to do its healing, because the stress is eliminated and the body is functioning at homeostasis. Each treatment executes itself at the level of awareness of the one giving it. My treatment will demonstrate for me at the level that I'm giving it. It will demonstrate for you at the level that I'm aware of it and at the level you're willing to accept it. You see, whether or not a treatment is accepted by a person being treated for, it's not my concern or a practitioner's concern. That's the responsibility of the individual the treatment is for. And a practitioner must come and forget it, must say it, must speak it, must forget it. You see, spiritual truth is always greater than any condition a practitioner may deal with. And our job is eternally to demonstrate more, eternally to do more. In other words, when you plant the seed, when you plant the prayer, when you say the treatment, don't dig up the seed. Don't speak other than in the direction of what you want. This is where most people make the mistake. They do a spiritual mind treatment or they have one done for them, and then they start talking about how it's not in their lives. If you're treating for a perfect partner, and then you're with your friends and you're saying, I don't have my partner, you're digging up the seed. Act as if it's already done. And then, here's the most important thing. Live in gratitude, as if the demonstration were already received. In other words, you're living in gratitude for a received demonstration right here, right now. That's the work. That's what we talk about, using the science of mind. It is a powerful understanding of the creative process, but more than the understanding of the creative process, it's actually using it persistently and consistently every day of your life. If you want to be a master of life, a master of love, a master of spirituality, it's not something you do once a week. It becomes a moment-by-moment lifestyle. But let me tell you, the rewards are worth the commitment and the effort. And I have all the faith in you that you can do it. once you decide. Go ahead. Prove me right. Commit to it and create the greatest life you can ever imagine for yourself.